what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Ooh, I got cats. I got cats in there coming around while I'm trying to get a cooking video going. Never a good thing. All right, so, well, it's a cooking video. So I decided I'm going to make something today. And I was cooking earlier in the week and I had some ingredients left over. And I figured, why not use them with one of my steaks? So, as you can see, I got this beautiful, big, prime cut loin there. So, I'm going to use that. And I had some diced celery that I needed for something else. And I was using a tomato for some BLTs. So, I figured I have that sitting around. I have some smokehouse mesquite stuff sitting around. And I had an extra can of Bush's original beans. So the Bush's beans, I already stuck in a little tiny pot. Those cook up in like 30 seconds. All you need is the pan warm. They cook up real quick. So I'm just going to leave them there for now. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to add heat to a skillet. All right, just a frying pan that I just washed and it still has water in it. And I'm going to dice up the tomato. I'm going to use the diced celery. And all I want from that is the water and flavor to cook inside the mesquite. And I'm going to cut up the steak into strips. So, first things first, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I am using some Shanzu because these knives are just the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just cutting some strips into the steak and make it really, really nice and thin, just like that. And all I'm going to do is when I cook, all the ingredients are going in the skillet except for the beans. And then what I'm going to do is just put the beans down on a plate and put this on top of the beans. That's it. That's it. It's going to be super simple, but super good. So something that literally anyone can do. And I mean anyone. I could teach this to the cat. So it's just about cutting this. This is literally the hardest part about the meal is cutting the steak, dicing the tomatoes. The celery is already there, so I don't have to worry about that. And that's literally it. So I gotta get this last piece cut. Oh yeah. Costco prime cut steaks are freaking awesome. All right, so now I'm gonna cut the center piece out of this tomato. Get rid of that piece and then just dice up the rest. And that's it. Then it's all about putting it on heat. So what I want to do is just cut down my tomato here and slice it once there. And I have a piece that can be sliced at least 3/4 of the way before it gets thinner. And let's see, without cutting off fingers, it's sliced just like that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and dice the tomato. And to dice the tomato, that means just cook it. I mean, not cook it. Cut it into little squares. So as you can see, I already cut down one, and now I'm going to just hold it together while I cut down there, and then I'm going to turn and cut the other direction. So if you've never seen what a diced tomato looks like, well, yes you have. It's in every restaurant you go. They put it in salads and tacos. You go to Taco Bell, you're getting diced tomatoes, and I just knock some off the plate. But it's okay. Hey, look at that diced tomato. So that's it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I can just keep rotating. I basically just need to get my tomatoes down into little tiny pieces. That's it. That's all I'm doing. So it doesn't even have to be perfect. I can do it any way I want. I'm just going to hold these tomatoes to kill some time and turn them just like that and cut as I go. I'll show you when it's done. All right, so just like that, I have steak, tomatoes, and the already celery done. So now I'm just going to heat my skillet at a medium heat. and add things. I mean, I know it sounds so hard. So hard! So, I'm going to put in my, my little marinade first, just to get it around the pan. And then I'm going to add the celery next because it's mostly water. So it's going to thin out the marinade a little bit as it goes. And it's all going to be pretty quick. When I say first, I just mean next. It's not like I'm waiting 20 minutes. But I want to get all my marinade out of there. Ta-da, just like that. And next, I'm going to add my celery, which has the hardest top in the world to open because one of those inverted tops. All right, so now my celery is in, my mesquite is in, and as it starts to warm up, I'm just going to move my celery around and get it all nice and even all over the place. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my tomatoes before the steak and then the steak last. I want the simmering juices from the tomatoes, the celery, and the mesquite to cook the steak off the top of the skillet. So it's almost like steaming it in a way, but it's going to put the flavors into the steak in the top. And then before it's over, I'll end up taking the steak and moving it all around and getting it actually on the pan so I can sear it a little bit. But it's not going to take that long because it's cut into strips. It's not going to take long at all. So that's literally it. Just throw all that in there. And now I'm going to take all that steak and tomato juice and just kind of pour it in there just like that. So the last thing I'm going to add to that is my steak. And that's it. Now I'm going to need a fork. Fork it. So I can just get my little mixture going here, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's already starting to smoke, which means it's starting to heat up a little bit, and that's exactly what I want. I want it hot when I add the steak, not necessarily when I added everything else. It didn't need to be hot. So I got a nice little, it kind of looks like pico de mayo. Pico de gallo, pico de gallo, pico de mayo. So I got that going real nice. I'm just going to make it all even. Beautiful. And now what I want to do is I want to get some kind of top ready. I don't want to cover the whole thing, so I'm going to use a square top. I'm going to use a square top so when I put it on, it's going to hold most of the steam in, but it's going to be able to let small areas escape. And right now, hold on, let me do this so I can pick you up. All right, so right now, my hands are all soaked. Hold on. This is what I have going. You see that? It's just, the smell that's coming out of here is freaking amazing. So now all I'm going to do is lay down my steak and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to let it steam just like that. So I'm going to put this on. You can see how it's going. It's immediately holding in the steam, but I'm also letting some out. I don't want to over steam it and make it rubbery. I want it to cook just right. And I think I'm even going to add a surprise guest. Oh, it's looking so nice. So let me see if I can't get these flipped here. You see how it still looks raw right there? That's just from being steamed on top. Once I have everything done, then I'll mix it around and I'll put the steak right down on the skillet itself. But these are looking so nice. A little bit of pink here. That's exactly what you want. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is coming out great. And I have my surprise guest currently in a toaster oven. Oh my gosh, that mesquite is so spicy. So spicy. It's going to be good. All right, so my surprise guest was bacon. So now on a very low heat, I have the beans starting to heat up, and I'm going to add the bacon and just mix it in there. Woo, that right there is as it should be. All right, so while that's heating up, I'm going to flip over my steak onto the pan. All right, so now to get a little sear, what I want to do is just kind of shift some of the stuff and one by one lay my steak down on the shifted areas, so it gets a little cooking on the actual pan. So I'm just shifting things. Now, I'm not going to use all of this stuff that's in here. What I'm going to do is I might even put it to the side and keep it for some kind of pasta or something, because you can use that again. Just because it's cooking now doesn't mean you can't use it, and I think it would be great on a pasta. But right now I'm just going to cover my steak in the stuff, and it's going to be real nice, real nice. So when I'm finished with this, I'm taking the steak out away from all this vegetable, and I'm going to use the steak without it. So that means that'll be a double dish, but right there it's going to cook real nice. Man, this is going to be sweet. And while that's happening, yeah, I'm already getting some bubbling over here. It's only been on here for a minute. So just mix that up. Let them beans heat. Now that the steak is just about done, this is going to be done right at the same time. So it's perfect. It is perfect. I do like that. I do like that. Delicious. So let's see how that looks. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice, man. Clean that off. Give it a flip. Let it hit some of that frying pan. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Man, that is so nice. So nice. I'm telling you guys, any single person can cook. You just gotta have a hint of creativity. It's hard to see because of the light from the phone, some of the browning that's happening there. That steak is looking real good. All right, so that's pretty much done on both accounts. Now it's about just putting it together. Take it off the heat. Take it off the heat. Ta-da! Don't forget the super awesome Star Wars bowl. Holy Moses! So I have, lucky for me, a whole bunch of this stuff left that I'm going to use in pasta. I actually had more than what you see there, but I took 3 of them and put them on some French baguette. Tell me how good that doesn't look. Damn. So, man, I'm ready for my favorite part of the whole thing. Ooh, this is the part that gets me so excited. Why? Because I'm a big fat guy, obviously. So, I swear, I have the mentality of a fat guy. The way I eat. I'm going to start with this. Okay. I'm really glad I had some celery and tomato. On the mesquite, celery, tomato on mesquite, throw it on some bread. Whew. My goodness. I'm so glad I have enough left over. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. That's going on pasta. That is so good. Normally, celery has a little crisp. It's a little hard. When it's steamed, oh, it's so good. Wow, that was just the freaking mix. That wasn't even the meal yet. Let's try my beans and bacon real quick. I mean, just beans and bacon. It's Bush's beans and bacon. That's so good. Okay, so now, that so perfectly cooked steak. And I'm going to have it, actually I'll have the steak first with the mesquite. That mesquite flavor is just absolutely seared into this meat. Okay, that is a winner. That is a winner. Now I'm going to do it with the steak and beans. Sometimes it's the simple things in life. Damn! I mean, the steak has such a good spice from that mesquite. And I have to say, the mesquite with the veggies, that could be a new favorite bread topping right there. Wow, is that good? Okay, so another meal made super simple, super easy, and anyone can do it type thing. Oh my gosh, that is so good. And it's basic ingredients. The mesquite comes from one of those little packages you get in the supermarket. It's just like you go in there and they have like all the little sauces and condiments and crap. You find that right there, and it's a liquid, and you just get it. They have all kinds of different stuff. They have popcorn and Ovaltine. But let's see, I've got some savory masala. I don't know where'd you go? Savory masala. I've got some garlic honey mustard. Gonna be good with chicken. I've got the ability to use all kinds of different stuff, and cook all kinds of different stuff because they make these sauces already for you. You don't have to spend $15 on a bunch of ingredients that you're going to use part of for something, and then yeah, sure, you'll have more ingredients left if you want to make something else. But what if you don't? So it's nice to get those packages already done. Even for people, golly, that's good. If, let's say, you're an RVer, oh my gosh, it's so good. This is my, without a doubt, my new favorite bread topping. That's delicious. But let's say you're an RVer and you don't pack a lot of food. You pull into the supermarket or the Walmart parking lot when you're hungry. You go in and you get the ingredients that you need just to cook for what you're about to cook. And that's it. That way you don't have a bunch of extra stuff hanging around. It's stuff like that. It makes it simple. If you have a small apartment, or if you cook something at work, you have the ability to use a stove at work. It's just easy stuff, even like camp burner stuff. If you have a burner for camp, or if you're tailgating, you don't get a bunch of supplies so you can hand make every single thing. No, you get what you need. You get that fully cooked bacon, and that's what I did. I got fully cooked bacon. I heated it in a toaster oven, and then I cut it up and put it into beans. That's it. Telling you. Telling you. Easy. All right. I'm going to go enjoy this. This is so good. That's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie BLD. Until next video.